He was your boyfriend.
Yes.
You had a fight. She had taken out a knife.
It was just hell.
And you were, in fact, arrested.
20-year-old Jasmine Muhammad Bishop and her mother, Teresa Muhammad, are suing Jasmine's ex-boyfriend, Angel Castaneda, for Jasmine's belongings and attorney fees.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 1047, Muhammad Bishop Muhammad versus Castaneda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He was your boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your mother.
Yes.
Two of you have a child together.
Yes.
How old is that child?
He's currently 21 months.
You lived together for a while.
Yes.
In his apartment.
Yes.
How long did you live together in his apartment?
For about 19 days.
Prior to that, where did you live?
In my mother's home.
With him?
Yes.
And the baby?
Yes.
This is what the case is about. Then I'll get into the facts that support your allegations. You had a fight.
Yes.
You left the house, you say, to cool off. That fight ended in you ultimately separating and you going back to your mother's house.
Yes.
According to you. When you left, the baby remained with him.
Yes.
How old was the baby at that time?
He was 7 months.
And in what month was that and year?
June of 2020.
Well, we're now a year later, and it looks to me as if you're about to have another baby.
Yes, ma'am.
And who's the father of that baby?
Anthony.
Do you live with him?
No.
Who do you live with?
I still reside in my mother's home.
Do you see Anthony?
Yes.
How often?
Often. About on maybe a weekly basis. Not every day.
Does he have other children?
No.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
For whom?
Children's Choice. I'm a dental assistant.
How do you divide custody between you and the defendant of your son?
We have a custody order by the court, joint custody, and his main residency is with me.
Is that what the order says?
Correct. The order says that physical custody is with his mom, even though it was with me in the beginning.
How often do you see him?
I get him Wednesday, 10 to 5, and then Saturday through Monday. He leaves Monday, 8 a.m. I get him early Saturday at 10. So I get him about 3-4 times a week, try to balance it out as much as I can.
Do you exercise that time?
Yes.
Is that correct?
No, he does not get him as he's supposed to.
When was this order made?
It was made in August of 2020.
And when doesn't he take him?
Whenever his schedule approves so, or it's up to him.
You mean because his work schedule?
He says sometimes it's work schedule or he has other things that he has to do.
What I'm asking you is, does he see him from Saturday to Monday?
Yes.
All right, so he sees him from Saturday through Monday. Monday he brings him home to you.
We meet at a location. We have an agreeable location at Starbucks, public.
When you were living together with the defendant, were you working?
Yes, ma'am.
And there were things that were purchased for the baby. Was he working?
Yes.
Are you working at the same place, sir?
Currently not at the moment. I got terminated after COVID, so.
When you were living together, were you working?
Yes. The termination didn't happen until about August 2020.
You're asking for the return of value of property, and the property that you talk about in this order are a stroller, a crib, a laptop, clothing, and electronics. So let's take that one piece at a time. Stroller. Let's hear about it.
Okay. Well, regarding the property and the stroller was never returned.
It returned to whom?
Me and my mother. It was never returned to us. It was
not you and your mother. He has the child. Since you were never married, property belongs to the person who purchased it.
Yes.
Who purchased the stroller?
My mother.
Is that correct?
That's true.
Okay. And when you purchased the stroller, you made a gift of it to whom?
Jasmine.
She wants the stroller back.
I hear it.
Great. I'm glad you agree with me. That's always important. A crib. Who purchased the crib?
My father.
He's not here. A laptop. Do you have her laptop?
I do not.
Tell me about the laptop.
The laptop is something that my mother owned, but I often used it a lot because I was also currently enrolled in college for a bit, so I used it for college courses.
He says he doesn't have it.
I don't know. He might have thrown it away.
Did you have possession of her laptop?
I did not. Honestly, when I seen that, I'm not too sure what she's talking about. More than half the things,
Black one that he
were already gone. The cops looked into my place, searched everything. They didn't find anything of hers there. Sorry about that. And they just took her.
Are you telling me that the police took her laptop?
No, they did a thorough search of my place to make sure if any of her
No,
belongings
you
were there.
can't tell me but the police did a thorough search of her place. She says that she left a laptop in your house. You would have had a fight, which we'll get into in a minute. So,
I don't believe I seen a laptop. I can't recall for the life of me.
okay. What electronics are you talking about?
The laptop, and I had an Xfinity router in my name
An Xfinity router.
for internet.
Did you buy that?
I was paying the internet and for the router to be installed there because we had got the apartment together.
And
It was never returned, so I had to pay a fee for the router.
how much was that?
About $234.
Not about 200. Let me see the bill. Where's the router? Do you have it in your apartment?
I do not.
Well, you should have. The defendant says you were very upset that day and agitated, and you actually had a knife in your hand. Whatever happened with that knife, I don't know. Clearly, you've calmed down enough to find another guy and to be having another baby. So whatever was bothering you is not bothering you anymore.
"20-year-old Jasmine Muhammad Bishop and her mother, Teresa Muhammad, claimed Jasmine's ex-boyfriend, Angel Castaneda, threw away Jasmine's property. They also claim Angel filed false charges against Jasmine.
Okay. When you go home, you check for the router, okay?
Sounds good.
Now, did there come a time when any of your relatives, your mother, anybody else, come to the house and take any of your property that was in the house that the defendant gave them? Any personal property, any cosmetics, anything?
He wouldn't let anyone in.
Okay. I want you to describe the evening when the defendant left the house.
Sounds good. So that evening, I came back that morning from my witness's house, and I was just talking to him, about the whole week. It was just hell. The whole week, she was just telling me she didn't want my son, she didn't want me, want nothing to do with my son, didn't love me, didn't love my son. So as soon as I came back to my place, she already had a knife in her hands, and I put my son on the ground, and I'm telling her, "What are you doing?" And out of nowhere, she's trying to come at me, lunge at me
Could you look
forward.
at me?
Yes. She's trying to lunge at me forward a little bit.
No, then now you're looking down at the desk. I want you to look at me. See how I'm looking at you?
So as I come in, she has a knife in her hands already. I don't know what she was trying to do to herself, doing to me. I just told her, like, look, you need to leave. My son is here. I worry about him. I'm trying to look after him. Just leave. Cool down, like you said earlier. Just need her to cool down. About 4 or 5 hours later,
Now you're
back.
looking up again.
Sorry about that. About 4 hours later, she comes back with her mom, with the cops. Cops come at my door, come in my house. They ask me what's going on. I tell them the situation. I didn't call them at first. They called first on me. They said that I was abducting my own child. So I had to show them the birth certificate to prove that I was the father. Once I proved that I was the father, the cop took full control of the situation, asked her what else happened, and then from there, they just took her.
So you told them that she had taken out a knife,
Correct.
and you were in fact arrested.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. When you were arrested, were you interviewed by the police?
The female officer that was present had taken my statement regarding, because my mother had called them.
Just a second. I would like to see the report of the female officer, because that's part of this lawsuit. Do you have a police report with the narratives?
Yes.
May I see it, please?
It's both of these.
You were granted a temporary restraining order, is that right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was that temporary restraining order made final, ever?
Yeah. The next court date was on July 22nd, 30 days after the restraining order was in place, and they extended it only because she didn't show up. Her lawyer showed up.
They extended it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
For
not an
another
answer.
30 days, so it was a 2-month until she showed up to court to try to get joint for my son.
The temporary restraining order, was there ever a hearing on the temporary restraining order?
Yeah, It was on the first hearing was on 7/22nd, and I showed up.
Yes, was there a trial? You said she didn't show up.
She didn't show up, her lawyer did.
Okay. Where were you?
I was home. My
Why
lawyer
didn't
showed
you,
up
why didn't you go to court with your lawyer?
because I also wanted to file a restraining order against Angel. That's not what it was.
Don't speak.
No, but
Don't speak. So the reason that you didn't show up on the return date and sent your lawyer is because this incident occurred on July the 7th or just prior thereto, and the temporary order of protection was issued on July 7th. I assume between July 7th and July 22nd, you got an attorney.
Yes.
And I assume that you were advised not to appear in court on the adjourned date because between July 7th and July 22nd, which was when the case was next on in court, when you didn't appear, is that the right date?
Yes, it was July 20th.
Yes. Something happened. Listen to me carefully. I want you to tell me what happened between July 7th and July 22nd with him.
Nothing had.
Nothing happened. Well, if nothing happened, then there was no reason for you not to go to court to respond to this order of protection because there was no new information except that you got a lawyer who advised you that strategically it would be a good idea if you filed for an order of protection. Because if you tell me nothing happened between the 7th and the 22nd, you tell me what you alleged because you filed an order of protection against him through your lawyer, and I want to see what you alleged in that order of protection that you filed against him. I want to see what you alleged.
I don't have the supporting documentation.
I have a police report. The police report gives two different versions of what happened that day. The defendant says that you were very upset that day and agitated, and you actually had a knife in your hand. Whatever happened with that knife, I don't know. Clearly, you've calmed down enough to find another guy and to be having another baby, so that whatever was bothering you is not bothering you anymore. Now, when they finally reached you, you said, I never had a knife, and I never threatened him, and I never threatened the baby. So I have two different versions, which is why you have a hearing. But that's what was alleged in the police report. Now, do you have a police report that you made for any incident that happened between July 7th and July 22nd, when you were supposed to be back in court to answer the order of protection?
No.
No. What?
If I may, I filed a domestic violence restraining order against Angel as well because there had been previous history.
Well, you didn't file it before. You only filed it after he filed his. And there was no new information, and you were living together.
Well, because I wasn't sure of how he responded to the situation after the custody with...
Listen, I understand exactly what happened because part of the lawsuit is your mother's lawsuit because she laid out $5,000 for a lawyer, and you're suing him for filing a false restraining order. Listen to me carefully. You know how fair I am? I'm the fairest person you know in your life. Don't look at the wall. Don't look at your friend, Whitney or Sarah. Look here. What did you throw in the dumpster?
Alma Bishop has accused ex-boyfriend Angel Castaneda of throwing away her property and filing false charges against Jasmine.
Now, you're suing him for filing a false restraining order. I don't know whether he did or not. Certainly the police were called, and there are two different versions. I do know this, however, that between the 7th of July, when he got his temporary restraining order, and according to you, the 22nd of July, when you were due back in court, you didn't file a police report alleging any problem with him. Everything was quiet. You got a lawyer. Your lawyer told you to stay home, not come to court because you were going to file a restraining order against him as part of a wider custody dispute, which ultimately ended in an order of joint custody. Those are the bare facts. So far, he owes you $230 for a router, which I think he still has. However, sir, in one of the police reports, it suggests that you threw some of her stuff in a dumpster. Listen to me carefully. You know how fair I am? I'm the fairest person you know in your life. Don't look at the wall. Don't look at your friend, Whitney or Sarah. Look here. What did you throw in the dumpster?
I didn't throw anything in the dumpster.
I don't believe that. So I'm going to ask you again. What did you throw in the dumpster? Did you throw any of her clothes in the dumpster?
I believe her clothes were by the dumpster, but I didn't throw any of it away.
So somebody placed her clothes near the dumpster.
Correct.
What did you place near the dumpster?
I put all her stuff, all her shoes, electronics.
All of her shoes. You know, women really like their shoes. And all of her electronics. What electronics did you put
what I
near
could
the
know,
dumpster? What?
It had to have been the router with there too, because I can't. There's no use of the router for me. If you don't pay it that much, you know, it's out of service. From what I can recall, it was a lot of it just like shoes, clothes, just bundles of clothes where I put them in bags and I just put them right there so she can pick them up, you know?
Do you recall on what date you did that? Now, your son was living with you at the time.
Correct. It had to have been the day it happened, the day of the incident.
And what date was that?
The 27th, either the 7th or the 22nd of that month, June.
6/22.
Correct.
How much did you pay the lawyer to represent your daughter?
$5,200.
You're not getting that back. I don't know whether the allegations are true or not. As far as the order of protection is concerned, I can tell you that the one that your daughter filed had no basis because, according to her, nothing happened, certainly between June, more clearly from July 7th, when he got the protective order, until the 22nd of July, when she was due back in court, and the lawyer told her not to appear.
That's not actually how it occurred. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what she says. She says nothing happened,
No, nothing did
and there
happen.
was no police report
There was
of
none.
anything that happened between July the 7th.
That's not why she didn't appear in court.
Well, that's why she says she didn't appear in court. She
did.
says she didn't appear in court because she was going to file her own order of protection.
Well, I
Would
was
you read that
advised.
back? Would you read that back to me?
She said, because I also wanted to file a restraining order against Angel.
That's why she says she didn't appear in court.
Correct. Our attorney we obtained at the time of July 22nd had a trial already. So he went and told Jasmine to stay, that he appeared at the trial, filed for
Just a second. You
suspension.
can't tell me any of that because that's
Okay.
all hearsay. That's all hearsay.
Okay.
What the attorney told you, that's all hearsay. Nonsense. The reason your daughter didn't show up was because she said she wanted to file her own order of protection against Tim for things that happened in the past. That's what she said.
Okay.
That she can tell me. Okay. So I have to use a calculator here because I'm sure you don't have, what?
I just want to clarify that is what the attorney did say as well.
Did you understand what I said? I said that's hearsay. What you answered me as to why you didn't appear in court is you said because I wanted to file an order of protection against him. That's what you said. Okay. Your lawsuit is claiming, Sarah Rose, check my info on this, please. I don't even know how to turn this thing on. All right, there it's on. The lawsuit is alleging $6,574. And you paid the lawyer how much?
$5,200.
$5,200 minus $5,200. That means that there were $1,300, $1,374. And, sir, listen to me carefully. According to what you newly remember, you did in fact stuff all of her stuff, including electronics, in trash bags and put them out near the dumpster on the day of this incident. You can't do that. She's not going to get her counsel fees, and she probably doesn't have the receipts for all of this stuff, but it sounds reasonable. You threw away all of her shoes, that's $1,300. $1,374, judgment for the plaintiff. We're finished.
Court is adjourned.
It wasn't that she cheated or I cheated because she didn't want him. He don't know. As soon as she had birth, she did not want him.
The allegations are completely false. I did not grab a knife.
Well, she told me I couldn't see my son without her, and she wasn't trying to do the co-parent thing. So, I mean,
His way of getting to me was trying to take me away from my son.
I hope she could just learn to co-parent and take that same positive class, Parents by Choice class that I'm taking. If she could take that class, I would be happy.
All that I hope for is just for us to be on neutral terms and do what's best for our son.
You know, it's frustrating for me. You would think that people learn from historical mistakes. And it was always my experience in the family court that the people who ended up with the short end of the stick with other people's irresponsible behavior are children, and very often grandmothers. I mean, this young woman is clearly responsible. She works, she has a job. She will have shortly 2 children, both born out of wedlock with 2 different fathers, all within a 2-year period. Doesn't live with either of the fathers. The defendant in this case, it looked like he needed a nap or a drug test. I'm not sure, maybe both. And the one that gets holding the babies and holding the bag is her mother.
And paying the bills.
And paying the bills. Anyway, I feel sorry for those children. I hope she's a nice lady because they're going to need some direction.